As one who is constantly in contact, visiting prisoners, I always hear complaints about the malfunctioning of the system, of the judicial system, the dishonesty, the malpractice, and the favoritism, and so on, miscarriage of justice. One of the mitzvahs of the parsha of this week, one of the commandments is the judges should have a fair justice system. Now, obviously, this encompasses a very wide gamut of concepts, but I want to share with you soon two little snippets to illustrate fairness and maybe unfairness. But before we do that, let us together recite chapter 100 of Tehillim. Izmor lesoida rila adonai kol haaretz ivdus adonai b'simcha. Boi lefonav bernono de'uka adonai hu elehim hu asanu v'lo anach na'ama v'tzoi marisoi. Boi yisharu b'soida chatzeroisa b'sila hoida le'boch hashumoi ki toi v'adonai li'olam chazdoi v'yadoi v'dor amunasoi. Chapter Tehillim to the one who is always fair, ultimate judge who is fair to the absolute. And for that we give some tzedakah and we pray to him, please make this Shabbos Achare Kedoshim. Achare means after exile, Kedoshim being in the holiness, in the holiest of holiest, in the Beis HaMikdash, with the Rebbe Melech HaMashiach this Shabbat. For that matter, he comes before Shabbat. So as I said before, talking about fair and right justice. A little, maybe sarcastic little story, but there is a certain element of truth in it. So to tell the story about this judge who was supposed to go litigate amongst two litigants, and one of the litigants somehow was successful in meeting the judge beforehand and offering him a gift, a post-dated check of a substantial amount of money. Now the judge, shocked, bribery? Says, no, judge, it's post-dated, has no value at this point. So you should have no qualms about accepting it. Judge says, yeah, there is some validity to this argument. It's just a piece of paper with absolutely no value. Okay. Now, you can already guess who won that dispute. Now, after case is over, a few weeks later, everything is settled. Now the judge figures, no more bribery, I can go deposit the check. Sadly for him, the check came back NSF. And the judge turns around to whoever was standing there and says, look at what kind of a corrupt and dishonest world we're living in. Sarcastic, some truth. But now listen to a just system. The Chassam Sofer, called Reb Moshe Sofer, who lived in Eastern Europe, was born, I think, in Germany, in Frankfurt, in the year, I don't remember exactly, year in the late 1700s, passed away, I think, in the year 1839 in Slovakia. A great sage, a great luminary, and a great halachic opinion sought by all his contemporaries. Was the Rav in his community, and he had to once be part of a beis din of a court that would litigate a certain dispute amongst two individuals, a financial dispute. Date is set, and on his way to the bet din shtibel, as it's called, to the courthouse, the Chassam Sofer decided he's removing himself from this case. He's going to excuse himself. He's not going to be part of the beis din. Comes into the beis din and says, I'm sorry, I will not sit on this case. Find another third rabbi. Why? I don't know. Just a feeling. Okay? I mean, they respected him, obviously, and they had to replace him with another member of the bet din of the court. He himself didn't know exactly why. He just had that feeling. A while later, the Rebbitzin was cleaning his jackets. Maybe it was before Pesach. And suddenly she saw in the inner pocket, there's an envelope. She took it out. And there she realized there's some money in there. With a name. And then the Chassam Sofer said, somehow this individual successfully slipped an envelope in a jacket that I wasn't even wearing. I was not even aware of it. But this bribery affected my thinking. And he said, when I went to the courthouse, there was something within me that gave me some kind of propensity, gave me some kind of a leaning towards one of those two individuals, and I didn't feel it was right. To that extent, says the Torah, you have to be sensitive to justice.